Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel Master Mojo Ash. In this video I will show you top 10 biggest lessons Aang learned from being the Avatar. Aang starts off as a carefree and relatively immature kid, but he soon grows to become mature, serious, and the ideal Avatar to save the world. One of Avatar, The Last Airbender's biggest successes is its cast of well-written characters that show immense growth throughout the series. Many of these characters start as innocent children or kids with a troubled past, but by the end of the series, they have found families, better world philosophies, and most importantly, themselves. A good example of this is Aang, the Avatar himself. Aang begins the show as an immature child who ran away from home and was frozen in an iceberg as a result. However, by his fight with Fire Lord Ozai, he has learned many valuable lessons that allow him to stop the villain's reign. Before I start the list, please subscribe my channel. Number 10. He stops running away from his troubles. At the beginning of the series, Aang is found in an iceberg where he had slept for around a century. It is revealed that the reason Aang was in the iceberg was that he ran away from his duties as the Avatar and was caught in a storm. In the Avatar state, he was able to preserve himself within the ice. Aang has a habit of running away from his problems throughout the show. He runs away from the mentor who tries to help him re-access the Avatar state, Gurupathic. When he stresses out about his duty to stop the Fire Lord, he runs away and meets the Lion Turtle. There he has to confront his previous lives, and the Lion Turtle gives him the tools he needs to succeed. Number 9. He learns how to reconcile his values with the needs of the world. Aang is a gentle character, and that is likely why he relies on agility and evasion rather than brute force to best his opponents. As an air nomad, he does not want to kill anyone. However, as the Avatar, he has a duty to save the world from Ozai's reign. When he consults them, his former lies don't make the outlook feel any better, as before the Lion Turtle teaches Aang energy bending, there was no way of making sure Ozai would not come back beyond killing him. Since the Avatar's duty is to protect the world, Aang's former lives, including a former air nomad Avatar, tell him what he must do. Luckily, the Lion Turtle can provide Aang a way out. Number 8. Aang figures out how to be the bridge between the material and spiritual worlds. Before being frozen in an iceberg, Aang did not have a lot of experience or guidance when it came to the spirit world. He is stumped when he is initially met with the spirit, Hai Bei, and his interactions with Ko the Face of Stealer are almost catastrophic. However, Aang learns to understand the spirit world, and fans see this several times. He learns about the ocean and moon spirits, he can better communicate with his past lives, and he is deemed worthy by the Lion Turtle. Though his start is a little rocky, it is safe to assume he has proved himself worthy by the end. Number 7. He learns to see each element as a neutral whole instead of as good or bad. When Aang burns Kitara, he tries to swear off firebending, seeing it only as a force of destruction. It is hard to blame him when his only examples of firebenders have been Zuko and Ozai, who are motivated by anger, and Zhong, who traumatizes Team Avatar in his speeches about firebending. However, when Zuko joins Team Avatar, he and Aang travel to the domain of the Sun Warriors, meet the firebending masters Ran and Cha, and ultimately learn the true nature of firebending, which is life-giving. Number 6. Aang learns how to forgive without letting villains off the hook. There have been times throughout the series where Aang has had trouble forgiving people, and there have been times when Aang is way too quick to forgive. He tells Kitara she should forgive her mother's killer, but he exacts vengeance on Admiral Zhou. He forgives Zuko for his past crimes, but he has a hard time letting up his kidnappers go. Ultimately, Aang's final internal conflict comes down to this dichotomy between forgiveness and vengeance. He doesn't want to kill Ozai, but he must punish him for his wrongdoing. In the end, he finds a way to forgive and show mercy but still be firm. Number 5. He learns how to process great loss. Though Aang may be 112, he still has the mind of and experiences of a child. So, When returns to consciousness after being in the iceberg, he returns to a world completely different than he remembered. His friends are gone, his father figure is gone, and his entire nation is gone. There is so much loss piled onto Aang in a very short span of time. On top of this, he loses Appa. He watches both the material and spirit worlds be scarred, and he watches his loved ones get hurt time and time again. By the end of it, Aang still has a positive attitude, and he has truly learned how to process grief. Number 4. He learns how to bounce back from defeat. There are plenty of times throughout Avatar, the last airbender, that Aang fails or makes situations worse. For instance, his idling on Kyoshi Island leads to Zuko finding him and burning the village down. The Day of Black Sun is equally disappointing, and he is almost killed by Zuko and Azula underneath Ba Sing Se. He loses access to the Avatar state, he almost has to give up firebending, and he narrowly learns all his techniques before having to confront Ozai. Each time, he must pick himself up and try again. At first, it is difficult, but with the help of his friends and his willingness to keep trying, he learns resilience. Number 3. Aang learns how to control his emotions. Though the air nomads usually maintain a philosophy of detachment, everyone is human, and on top of that, Aang is a child. So, there are numerous times when Aang's emotions get the better of him. When he finds the body of Monk Gyatso, he is enraged and accidentally enters into the Avatar state. He is similarly distraught during Zhou's attack on the Northern Water Tribe and when Appa is captured. However, by the end, Aang is able to control his emotions, and thus the Avatar state, much better. Number 2. He learns how to be dutiful and responsible. One of Aang's first lessons is one on taking responsibility for his actions and for the condition of the world around him. At first, he seems only interested in penguin sledding and riding giant koi fish. Everything is treated as part of a joke, and he doesn't take mastering the elements seriously. This changes as the story progresses and Aang sees more and more of the anguish in the world. While he maintains his childlike sense of wonder and adventure, he is certainly more mature and responsible by the end of the series. Number 1. He learns the seriousness and complexities of the world. Similarly, Aang learns that there are horrors occurring in the world. It begins when he naively thinks the air nomads will be untouched and finds them dead. It progressively gets worse. He meets earthbenders like Haru who are thrown onto prison ships, villages starved and impoverished by the war. He sees air temples desecrated by Fire Nation weapons laboratories. The state the world gets to during the century the Avatar was missing is shocking to Aang, and it causes him to grow up fast.